So in today's video I'm gonna show you how to do solar logistic efficiency. For that you're gonna need a flatbed, like I got here, with a BMS black mold flatbed for store salvage, which is what you're gonna gather. You can gather salvage either at salvage mines, like we got over here, or at salvage fields. So let's start by doing that. So now when we have gathered salvage and also some tech mats, which I won't get into, just know that it's worth bringing that to the refinery where we're gonna bring the salvage. And refineries we see on the map as these locations. This is a refinery, so we need to take our salvage and tech mats to this place. So let's drive over there now. Now at the refinery we take our salvage and we go and place it or just go inside of it. And then there's two resources that we're mainly gonna want. One is much more important than the other. The first one is BMATs, explosive. Then we do everything else into BMATs because that's the most important thing. And now we rinse and repeat this entire cycle till we have got a healthy amount of BMATs and HE mats. Note that BMATs, like I call them, is just basic materials, and HE mats is high explosive material. Now, when you have gathered some salvage and put it in the refinery, you need to go and change out your resource container you have in your flatbed now to a shipping container. To do that, I would recommend you to go to the nearest storage, like storage depot or a seaport. They are indicated on the map by this is a seaport and this is a storage depot. Either you could build yourself one in a construction yard, but I would recommend you go to, as you can see here, there is 44 crates. So we will go and switch out the resource container for that. Now at the seaport, we will switch out our resource container for a storage container. And then we will go back and collect our stuff that we need, which is gonna be our BMATs and our explosives. I would recommend you, if you have your own stuff, that you reserve them in a private stockpile, because then no one else can take what's yours. And just like that, I have switched it out, and now we go back to the refinery to collect our stuff. So now we need to gather our supplies that we refined before, and then we are off to craft. So we need to get this, go in, yep, grab our crate, the shipping crate, and then like before we place it on the same place, and gotta be a bit careful when you retrieve the crates, because you do not really want to retrieve it into the refinery. So you right click and you retrieve as crates, then we do that. It's mainly two as crates, and I didn't quite fill it up, so it's better if there like overflows and they do many trips. But this is more like to show you the general things and how to do it. And now we pick it back up, and then put it on the flatbed, and off we go again. So now back at the seaport, we want to take all our resources and put it into a private stockpile, so that we can use it directly to go to a factory. That is if you don't have a factory close, because if you do that, you don't have to retrieve them as crates, you can just retrieve them as the inventory to the beacon using. But now we just go in, submit everything. And another reason we want to be close to water is we need to get our supplies to the front line. So for example, in Broadway down here, it's really hard to get things to, that's why I am here. So I can very easily ship things to the Lean of Mercy. Then do logistics from there. So now we will need to grab a truck and go and get some supplies, and I will show you how to craft and what's important for the front line. Things that we need is gonna be, we're gonna obviously want some HE. Another thing, never transport HE as crates, since it's severely not efficient. And now we lost some, but that's fine. Everything else we will transport as crates. So we just fill up our truck and we're off to Broadway Town. First of all, I need to show you guys how you unpack this stuff, and that's one of the most simple things. Just go to a storage depot, like this one, and just unpack the crate. And then we're good to craft stuff. The reason you want to craft your own is because you can much easier pull it out and you will get the full logic experience. Otherwise you can just go to a front line and then just do stuff. So, like I said, mammoth is always appreciated. Then one thing that is always needed is shirts. Then it's generally good to produce some guns. Any guns works. Like rifles are generally just choose the rifle that you want. I'm gonna choose the more expensive one because yeah. Now we need to wait. Another thing that you should probably keep in mind is the fact that you most of the times need ammunition as well. So I can see if I can find some demons over here. Yes, I could. So we grab some demons from the public, and then we will craft some ammunition as well. Once we have done that, we will take our stuff and go back. And how you normally do it, even if you're in one of these towns, it is super easy to just go between places, crafting stuff. Or you go with a flatbed here, with a storage container, go and submit everything into the storage depot by creating your own storage. And then you can just put everything in there, and then once you're done and ready to go back, you can pack everything up. So now we wait for the things to be ready. And now you pick up our stuff by just pressing that button, and then we will have to turn to our storage. So now we got resources, and now it's just all driving back. So I see you there. Now when we are at the seaport, we will go in and we submit all to our private stockpile. As we see, we got a healthy amount of stuff and supplies now. So what we wanna do now is pack everything up to a train, into an iron ship it's called. And then we move. An iron ship is this, and you can put 5 stuff inside of it, which means you're gonna need some shipping containers to move that stuff. You build iron ships at shipyards, and then you move your stuff into a frontline logo position, and then I would recommend you to bring your own truck so you can transport the supplies to any nearby bases. And that's basically how you do public lodging solo efficiently. there's many other things you can also do in public laundry, but this is the way I like doing public laundry, and the way I think is most and best efficient way.